Hey there, I'm John Cox with Board Game Geek, and today I have Todd Merlin from AEG, and we're looking at Point Salad.
Yes, so Point Salad is part of our Big Game Night release we're going to do this year at Gen Con, which, if you're familiar with Big Game Night, we have an event at Gen Con every year where we get about 750 to 1,000 people.
That's a big game night.
It is a very big game night who come and play games with us, and we play a lot of our big popular games. We sit down and play with people. We do a lot of giveaways, and then everybody who attends goes home with the AEG swag bag, which is basically 3 games that they get for free. Usually at least one new release, if not more, and some popular or variant covers of other things. This year we're doing 3 entirely new releases for everyone who attends Big Game Night, and every player who comes will get those, and then they'll all be released in September.
Okay.
So one of those is Point Salad, because this year, unlike other years, we're not actually keeping it a secret. We want people to be excited, know what they're coming to get, and the cool stuff they're going to get if they show up for Big Game Night.
Great.
So in Point Salad, it's a very simple, easy to play, quick game. You have 108 cards, and on the cards there are 18 of each veggie, so tomato, onion, pepper, etc. There's 6 different veggies. And on the back, there's a unique scoring method. So there's 108 possible ways to score in the game. So for instance, in this case, every pair that is a cabbage and an onion gets you 5 points.
Okay.
And then on this card, every carrot you have is worth 3 points, but every onion you have is minus 2 points. So it wouldn't really behoove you to have both of those, because you'd be losing some for every onion, but then also gaining a little bit. You'd be cutting yourself for that. And there's all different other ways to score. Some have, like, if you have the fewest peppers, you get a certain amount of points. If you have the most of something else, you get points. Anyway, the game's very simple. So what you do on your turn is you either go to the veggie market and take 2 of any veggie cards you want.
Okay.
These 2, you can take those 2, you can take these 2, it doesn't matter. So let's say that I took the cabbage and the onion. So I've got those in front of me now, and now the top 2 point cards off the deck come out.
From those columns?
From those columns.
Okay.
Okay, you don't even have to count the cards out. It literally says just make 3 roughly even piles.
Sure.
It's that easy, right? Because whenever any pile runs out entirely and you have an empty spot, you just take from the next one over until it's gone.
Right.
You play until the entire deck is taken. Also.
Okay.
The other option you can have, instead of taking from the veggie market, is you can take one of the point cards. So let's say I just decided, or maybe on your turn, you decided to just take this card. And that's your turn. Okay, now it goes back to the next player, up to 6 players. And then they'll take from here. And we go until the whole deck runs out. Then we start looking at our ways to score. So let's say, for instance, that you had these, and let's give you a nice way to score.
Let's keep it up here,
Let's keep it up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's keep it this way. Let's say that you had that, and you had that, and let me find you. You know, I'm going to give you one of my cabbage because I'm nice.
Oh, nice.
So let's say that it's the end of the game, and this was all you had. For whatever reason, you were not playing very well, and you only took one way to score. So you would look for pairs of cabbages and tomatoes. Well, you've got 2 pairs, so that's 10 points right there. You have an extra tomato, but you don't have the cabbage to go with it, so you can't score that one.
Right.
And you can't say, oh, that's a pair, and that's a pair. No, you can only do it once per veggie. But if you also had, let me find a good one here for you. If you had this one here as well, so you would be getting 10 points from this, but each of your tomatoes is also worth 1 point, so you get 3 more points for that.
So all veggies count towards every single one of the scoring modifiers?
Yes. In any way you can make them count, they will count toward them. Okay. And so then at the end of the game, you basically try to find out if you've built the best point salad, and you get the most points out of it.
Right.
Like I say, it plays very quick. The only other rule is, if you'll notice, the point side of each card has a reference to the veggie on the other side. So for instance, if you turn this one over, it's going to be lettuce.
Right.
On your turn, you can take one of your point cards and flip it to its veggie side. Once you've done that, you can never flip it back. And you can't flip from veggie to points.
That makes sense.
But that way, if you end up in a situation where you were getting minus 3 points for all your tomatoes because you ended up having to take that, and you ended up having to take some tomatoes, you could flip that over to whatever veggie it is.
Okay.
And try to get the best option. That's your whole turn. No, well, you still get cards.
Oh,
you
great.
still get cards, but then yes, that's a bonus action. You can do that once per turn.
Wonderful.
So
cool. Well, thanks for showing this to us. It looks like it's pretty simple, but lots to think about, I think, right?
Yes, a lot going on, and it's easy for young and old to play. And like I say, it'll be at Big Game Night, and Big Game Night will also be in stores this year, because stores will be able to order and release early all 3 of the games that are coming out at Big Game Night the same weekend that they're being released early at Gen Con.
Cool. Well, thanks for coming by and telling us about it, Todd.
All right.